What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am winning, and so are you. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. So I wanted to bring you some information. Now, most of the videos we talk about is trading and holding and so on, but there's some really cool stuff going on in crypto that a lot of people don't know about, and that's the technology and the actual businesses being built off of the different coins and everything like that. And so today I want to talk to you guys about NFT. And NFT is actually something I looked back into back in 2017, and a product came out called Crypto Kitties. And me and my fiance are really big into cats. You know, we have 3 cats. We have Apollo, Chanel, and Louie, cool cats. And I was like, I want to buy a digital cat. And so I looked into it. I was going over some of the stuff, and I ended up not pulling the trigger. And after this video and after this story you're going to hear, like, what a huge mistake I made. So when you have that gut instinct, that feeling that you should get something or start something or go along with it, you definitely should. So let's talk about some NFT. Here we go. All right, so Andrew Thurman writes, NFTs on the news. Mega whale Pranksy brings collectible highlights to the fore. As NFTs once more capture mainstream attention, one prolific collector is leading the charge. Hey, do me a favor. There's a little button on your screen. It looks like a thumb. Just take your finger and just hit it. Just hit that thumbs up. Just hit that like button. And then there's also a button that says subscribe. Just hit it. Just hit subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. On the evening of January 25th, longtime non-fungible token collectors, developers, and believers witnessed a bizarre but likely validating piece of blockchain history. Legendary collector whale Pranksy was interviewed on Fox 5 New York Evening News during a segment on NBA Top Shot, an NFT-backed collectible highlights project. NFTs on the nightly news is a culmination of a variety of intersecting trends. For one, it's a testament to the developmental progress of NFT space has made since CryptoKitties, which we were talking about before, the last blockchain-based collectibles project to attract a hint of public attention back in 2017. The interfaces are sleeker, transactions are easier, the price is often much, much higher, and in Top Shot, a use case long thought as niche or secondary is gaining real mainstream traction due to an unusually snug product market fit. So let's take a look at this video of Pranksy on the news.
The league has launched something called NBA Top Shot. Instead of collecting cards with a player's likeness and stats, the sport is letting fans buy a piece of the action. May sound confusing.
It is.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
That's the point. So far, it's raking in big bucks. Matt King is here
Normies.
with an explainer.
They're going to give it to Vince. He's going to take a three and hit it. That final shot of then 43-year-old Vince Carter's 22-season NBA career came last March on the day the association suspended its season due to COVID-19. One can now buy a limited edition version of that highlight for $40,000 through the NBA Top Shot marketplace.
It's something that has verifiable scarcity.
Head of partnerships and marketing at Dapper Labs, Katie Tedman, started speaking with both the NBA and the Players Association about creating blockchain officially licensed digital video collectibles nearly 3 years ago, before launching a beta version of NBA Top Shot Moments in June.
We look for the best stuff. We look for a rookie's first moment on the court. We look for a veteran's greatest milestone.
Top Shot sold out of its second release of $9 to $240 packs of moments in October and reports nearly 500,000 sales on its secondary marketplace.
Like half of those were under $9.
The other half involved collectors like a 29-year-old game designer in the UK who goes by Pranksy. Dapper Labs confirmed his $6 million collection ranked first in the world in total moments owned and, according to Intangible Market, third in value as of Monday evening. Consider generations who now only know of a digital lifestyle, social media, etc., Pranksy told Fox 5. How much of their life do they share on TikTok and Instagram and no longer take photos for their mantelpiece? I think this is the collectible equivalent.
It happened very quickly.
I think the bubble will eventually burst, but I don't think we've reached that point of real, saturation yet.
Forbes staff writer Thomas Beer expects Top Shot prices to continue to rise in other leagues to watch the NBA collect a piece of every one of these sales and want their own blockchain collectible moments.
I think it's a natural evolution of the product.
We haven't hit a league that is not interested.
And Tedman sees future utilizations in music, fashion, and beyond.
It's really a first step into this world of digital collectibles and verifiable digital collectible.
I'm Matt King, Fox 5 News.
It is wild. You don't want to miss out, but you kind of got to figure out exactly what's going on.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, it's
It
really
is very
blowing
next
up this
gen,
past
sure.
weekend. That was, I think you did a good job explaining that.
All right, so as you see there, these are basically digital basketball cards, but instead of them being just an image like you see in regular sports cards, memorabilia, these are videos. So it's the actual moment, not just a picture in that moment, and they're selling them, which is really neat as an NFT. So for Pranksy, however, it marks a celebratory lap for a collector whose rise to prominence and success is possibly among the most remarkable in crypto. On the back of a loan initial deposit of $600, Pranksy now claims to command a NFT collection of upwards of $9 million, with almost $7 million in Top Shot highlights alone. He says, "I like to think of myself as the working man's whale, a 29-year game developer, and told Cointelegraph in an interview, I've never been backed by large amounts of fiat, and I didn't buy Ethereum early. It's a multi-million-dollar achievement that itself demonstrates the growth of the NFT space, one of which has been on a remarkable tear of late. To get a sense of how both NFTs and Pranksy came this far and where everything is going, we sat down with the semi-anonymous collector and some of his colleagues to discuss whales in illiquid markets, recognizing successful new products and the future of digital collecting. Slow grind. Pranksy making the news through his NBA Top Shot collection has a pleasing touch of synchronicity to it. The collector first entered the NFT markets because of another project from Top Shot, developers Dapper Labs CryptoKitties. Pranksy says, "So I started NFTs in 2017 after getting a tip-off from a friend, my now business partner, Carlini8. The digital cat pics were going viral and selling for loads of money. I took a look at the site, installed MetaMask, deposited $600 to $800 in ETH, and never looked back. In just a few weeks, his deposit grew to upwards of $30,000 as CryptoKitty mania took hold and clogged up the Ethereum for days on end. From there, Pranksy branched out to other projects, turning flipping into a second source of income aside from game development. His niche was investing heavily into projects at launch, commanding a huge supply of the circulating NFTs and growing notorious for providing a lot of volume and liquidity to a project. Pranked is a market expert and volume churner at the highest level," said fellow NFT collector and developer Nate Hart. "People hate on flippers because of the downward pressure they put on the market, but in reality, is they're essential since a project with no volume is often a dead project. Nate and Pranksy have long been friends and rivals, and in 2020 engaged in a semi-public race to 1,000 Ethereum in profits from NFT trades, a race that Hart made sure to specify that he'd won. Pranksy's cornering of the Top Shot market, however, has put him back in the lead. While Pranksy's early and aggressive accumulation of NBA's Top Shot moments was a tactic he developed over years of practice, it wasn't always as an easy journey. 2018 to 20 was a hell of a grind, scraping around for an ETH here and there when ETH was about $200, Pranksy said. His OpenSea and Ethereum address functionally serve as histories of the NFT landscape from 2017 to present, with hundreds of projects and millions of NFTs represented in his hoard. Whale's World. Pranksy's rise to whale status coincides with growing number of major traders and collectives looking to replicate his strategies, and possibly do so with more sinister intentions. In the traditional art world, individuals can amass and effectively control corners of the market, such as the Mugrabi family and Andy Warhol work. Given the sudden interest from retail investors, the same practices could be applied to NFTs with relatively minimal capital. Just last week, the $500 million whale wallet turned Twitter personality 0xB1 placed a 600 ETH bid for a rare CryptoPunk, the original generative art NFT project, only to be outbid by a group of buyers, including Flamingo DAO, a DAO which focuses on NFT investments. The punk now has a social media managed personality and marketing innovation first brought to the fore by Axia, another wildly priced NFT. So the alien CryptoPunk I Look Good Thanks People and the CryptoPunk 2077, and here is the actual image. So here you can see the actual image that was sold for over 600 ETH, not $600, but 600 ETH, which are valued at $1,287 each. So you can do the math there. But this digital piece sold. So digital art, if you're a graphic designer and you're an artist and you want to get involved in NFTs, this is definitely an open market for you that you can have an opportunity of getting involved in. If you're interested in developing your own art or your own item or your own program, you can go to MetaMask and you can get started here. And this is actually how you're going to be able to get involved with the NFT projects. Pranksy himself just joined Flamingo DAO in a transaction where he traded 60 ETH worth of Top Shot moments for 1% of DAO's holdings and will serve as an advisor on future purchases. He admitted that DAOs or major buyers controlling markets posed a risk, but said that the Flamingo DAO was his first participation in a DAO and that he couldn't comment further. Hart also acknowledged that there might be some market manipulation at play, but so far the effect has been minimal. I think this already happens to some extent, but just because the average price of something is high doesn't necessarily mean anyone new will pay for it. I can't really think of a specific time where a very large holder has come back and completely wrecked a market either. So the sellers seem to understand their own positions here, he said. Artist Kevin Abosh, who often uses blockchain as a medium, told Cointelegraph that he frequently approached by both real-world and NFT funds cooking up schemes, and warned that new entrants to the market should be wary of marketing and hype. There are thousands of self-proclaimed crypto artists and NFT artists who see the headlines of big sales on the NFT auction platforms and understandably think there's a gold rush. It's important to recognize that there's an engineered vacuum being created, and inside that vacuum, it's easy to make it seem like there are few hyper successful artists in the space and that a sophisticated market is emerging, said Abosh. While I'm obviously deeply involved in the space, I have to tune out all the money talk. At some point, it's vulgar. Art is for lovers, and the art market is for hustlers, he added. Blue sky. While it might never again generate the kind of returns that propelled Pranksy to the riches, he still believes the NFT market has plenty of gas in the tank. The key is that news reports such as Monday's, which often strikes some grizzled veterans as an obvious top signal, could lead to sustained engagement that brings new people and collectors to the space. It's not an absurd notion either. Yesterday, Top Shot eclipsed a single-day all-time secondary market activity record. So what a lot of people are doing is getting these original Top Shot products, the moments that you saw, and then reselling them on a secondary market. And as they're saying here, in the last 24 hours, NBA Top Shot has eclipsed the CryptoKitties all-time secondary market volume. Hart agrees that Top Shot could be a sustained hit. I think if you look at traditional NFTs, you essentially have baseball card collecting without the baseball. I remember collecting cards with my friends when I was a kid, and while I always enjoyed tracking their values in the Beckett price guide and keeping up with the mental figure of my card folio, I never actually cared about selling them. I think Top Shot is becoming that Trojan horse that allows real fans and collectors to collect something that they actually want, he said. For his part, Pranksy is angling to capture a new round of popular interest in NFTs, which his latest business venture, NFT Boxes, similar to subscription services boxes in the real world, NFT Boxes will deliver to users a monthly loot box containing curated NFT collections. There might still be room for successful solo traders and developers as well. However, so long as they put in the work. My advice to developers and collectors is to do their research. Don't suddenly drop a new project or invest heavily into something without first spending some time in Discord and social media. Nothing worse than buying items on OpenSea blind or buying a cheap license and releasing a collectible card game NFT of it. Hey, do me a favor. There's a little button on your screen. It looks like a thumb. Just take your finger and just hit it. Just hit that thumbs up. Just hit that like button. And then there's also a button that says subscribe. Just hit it. Just hit subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,111 subscribers. We're over 500. We need your help. Just hit that subscribe. Just do it. If you don't like my content later, just unsubscribe. Just subscribe. Thank you.